Calxiyn and Hunter here. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys should be patrons over on Patreon to support the channel, but you guys should subscribe. So, today we're going to be talking about Cinder and Neo, because that's all that matters in this episode. I'm not even joking. When I was talking to Hunter, I was just like, Hunter, I don't even care about the rest of the episode. Like, I just want to rewatch the Neo and Cinder scene over and over again.
They could, like, beat the shit out of me, and I would say thank you.
Oh, man. I want to cosplay as Neo so
I would apologize to them.
I said this in another video, but if you guys know a cosplayer that would take a commission and, like, make a cosplay for me, I would pay them. I would give them,
that would get expensive.
I would... $500 right now on the table, all right, for the entire costume.
That would pay for it.
I'm just saying, like, that's my bid, all right. If you guys know a RWBY cosplayer, preferably one that's maybe going to RTX this year or something like that, who would make me the Neo cosplay and possibly get me the wig, because the wig is really like puffy in this episode. Like, her hair changes like very physically. I'm just saying, I would right now, all right. I got the cash monies. Okay, I want to cosplay as her from RTX so much, because her new outfit is fucking dope.
Do you have the necessary cash monies?
I do. I do.
Okay.
I do have the necessary cash monies. Hit me up, alright? At them on Twitter. Or at me on Twitter and them on Twitter, alright? I'm ready. Like, I'm so ready.
But I love them both. They're evil, but I love them. Like, I just want to, like, pinch... I want them. When we did the reaction, or we were talking about them, and I was just like, this is just my fan fiction mind shooting off. But I want like a Neo Cinder, like,
that's like a whole other
video. As moms,
like the shipping video. That's like
as like no, I want them to, like, a fan fiction of them like being moms. Like, I just
like
want
having their own kids.
Yes,
separately.
I just want like Neo and Cinder to be my mothers. I don't know how to describe this.
This is unrelated, but we were watching Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants while we were taking down the Christmas ornaments this week. But, like, that's a sort of friendship that I just sort of imagine.
They have a pair of pants they share?
Yeah, not the pants part, just, like, the friendship part. Anyways. So I wanted to talk about this because I wanted to talk about their plan, but we're just talking about their clothes, which I could do for an entire video if I'm honest.
Let's just finish
their
it.
Their clothes look
amazing.
So nice, especially because Cinder has her poncho now. Which we were joking around, like, oh, it's gonna look so dumb because it's just like a poncho. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, like, a Manador outfit. Does that make sense?
A matador?
Yeah, like how they have like the little like the little, you know, the side thing, and then it's like the cape that goes like the thing.
Also, I like how in their costumes they just have garter belts in weird places.
I know, like they just have belt here, but yeah. Oh,
but like
man,
no,
Neo
has like garter belts that attached like her pants brims to like her shoes, and like Cinder has like thigh highs that are connect, and like you don't see a lot.
There's like lace on the thigh highs too.
Yeah, there's like it's mystery about it too, because you don't quite know how.
What's under Cinder's outfit.
You don't. It's kind of obscured.
Here's my Volume 7 prediction. Cinder's gonna rip that poncho off when she fights RWBY, and we're gonna see her underneath clothes. And
with Neo, you don't see like what her umbrella will look like with it, so there's still some mystery. I like how in Cinder's outfit it kind of like adds aspects that were in previous outfits.
Yeah.
Like the shawl is kind of like her Volume 4, and then like in Volume 3, those bandages and like the little brooch, like her original one. I'm having a lot of trouble
with my hair, if you guys haven't noticed. This is a new wig, and it has an undercut, so this is the undercut of the wig, and some of this is my real hair. But like, to style it, to make it go this... Anyway, so the point I was trying to make was that in Neo's outfit, there is a lot of Roman in there that we discussed during our analysis.
Oh yeah, the neckerchief.
So the neck thing, and then the gloves, right? They were all very Roman-esque, even like the jacket and how it had the tails.
The jacket and the gloves weren't the same color.
It's obviously a different color, but like, it's still very
like
Roman, and so I feel like she's incorporated a lot of Roman in her outfit. You know what would be cool though? What? If she made a materialization of Roman. Because she misses him.
She like cuddles the materialization?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this before with Emerald. Like, Emerald could make a hallucination of Cinder, right, if she misses her. And we talked about that idea last year. But I feel like if Neo's semblance... It seems like Neo's semblance isn't just illusions. Like, that's how it's been described before, but she can materialize
things on her body.
Things on her body, and also change the appearance of the plane.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if she could, like, have a doll or something, but then materialize it to make it look like Roman, even though it's not really him. Like a teddy bear, or like, you know what I'm saying?
Pillow.
Like a pillow. Like, I wonder if she can... No, I'm serious. I wonder if she can do that, because I think that's really sweet in a very sad way, right? For her to sort of materialize Roman who's gone, and she misses him.
It's sweet in a very sad way. What I find interesting is that, like, well, if she like materializes her hair too.
Yeah, she fixes her hair. She changes
so like,
her
what
hair.
do you think? Like, what if all of like that like ice cream aesthetic is all just like fake. Like, what does she actually look like? That would be an interesting.
I think
if
a
we
lot
ever
of
learn
people.
about her.
I just
history.
did something here. I think a lot of people have talked about that in the past, that Neo's appearance is not how Neo actually looks. Yeah. That it's sort of an appearance that she's put on for some reason.
So I wonder, like, if
that little girl at the farm did look like that. She had.
Yeah, maybe if we get like a backstory of Neo, we'll learn about what she was really like. I don't know. Maybe that's going to be the next trailer.
A lot of people think that black-haired Neo is her real self.
Maybe. We're going to get like the Neo trailer.
It looks very Lolita though, the black-haired Neo one. So I don't think that that's necessarily it. She's a
fashionista.
I think that
and a murderer, but you know,
whatever the case, this is how she has chosen to present herself for whatever reason.
And they're going to Atlas, and
they're going to
fucking murder
RWBY
in all likelihood.
That's the plan. Like that's it. But the other thing I wanted to kind of talk about too was the fact that Cinder brings up this, like, do you believe in destiny, right? Or not, she doesn't ask Neo, but she says, one time, like, somebody asked me if I believe in destiny, I still do, and she sort of smiles at Neo.
And they look at each other like we were destined to be together.
Yeah, and I think that's really cute. Like, even though they're villains, I'm like,
they're evil, but I'm like, aww.
Like, it's just, I don't know, it's cute to me. I think that it's really adorable. I just want to see their friendship develop, because has Cinder ever had a friend before? Because
she seems more attached to, like, Neo than she ever was to anyone else.
Cinder and Mercury, right?
Certainly.
So, here's what I was thinking, right? Cinder sees Cinder sees Mercury and Emerald as underlings to an extent. She bosses them around. She slapped Emerald that one time where she asked, like, a question, like, don't think about it, right? And even Roman, she was sort of controlling of him and controlling of Adam. But with Neo, it seems like Cinder is taking a different approach where they are equals. Or where Neo may actually be a bit more in charge to some degree. Because Neo got the airship, Neo can transform the airship. Like, without Neo, Cinder is really nothing. I'm sure Cinder would have found another way. But Neo sort of can disguise herself as Mistral military, right? Neo got the plane. Like, Neo did all that stuff. And so the question sort of becomes, I think, is that it seems like Cinder's acting very differently. It seems like to her and Neo, or at least she's pretending that her and Neo are equals. Maybe she doesn't think that in her head, but I feel like that's how they're treating each other, as sort of equals in the party. Whereas before, she sort of treated everybody like she was under her. So I wonder if that's a character development change, or if she's faking it, like she thinks that she's giving Neo some control so Neo doesn't retaliate against her. Or she may know that Neo is stronger than her to some extent. Or that Neo has the power in this situation, because if she doesn't have Neo, she can't kill RWBY. So I think she is treating her differently than she would Emerald or Mercury, because it's just, the situation's just different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a different sort of situation where it's like, yeah, she needs Neo. She needs her, right? And so I think that's very interesting for Cinder's character. At least I think so. I think it's interesting in the sense that all we've seen is Cinder treating people below her. Right, with Adam, with Emerald, with Mercury, and so with Neo, Roman, it's like they seem equals on some level, and that's because I think it's because Cinder does need Neo, and so that's why she's acting that way.
And they love each other. I don't know.
I just want to see them be friends. Like they just seem like
best of friends, and I'm like, oh.
I know. Somebody did a joke on this, but it was about making an app where instead of listing the things you like, you list the things you hate, because you bond over the things that you hate more, or something like that, compared to the things that you like. And so I thought that was a really sort of cool
Like, they met each other on that
app.
I
mean, not even that, but it's just like their revenge, like their drive for revenge for RWBY. That's enough to build a friendship, I would say. Like, so that's, it's sort of like the White Fang. Like, the White Fang, they're all sort of, I don't want to say friends, but they're all comrades, sort of, because they all have the same goal. They all have the same anger towards the humans, and that's sort of culty in a way. Whereas with Cinder and Neo, it's like they both have the same rage, and so I feel like they're able to bond over that easier. I feel like people bond over what they hate more than what they like.
So do you think, I feel like we're building up to a thing with...
Oh yeah, there's some sort of war or something going on.
I mean, obviously, we're far past war, but at this point it feels like we're building up to, like, Cinder
Alice is gonna get serious, right?
and Neo and Emerald and Mercury and RWBY and her, team of students, small children, alcoholics, and the elderly. Like, they're all gonna crash, and it's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah,
and I wonder if they'll collide in the next season. And I'm looking so hopeful to it. You know what I think would be very interesting?
What?
like if they did a trailer about Neo similar to the one they did about Adam.
I think that would be nice.
I would find that interesting.
I think they should do two, maybe. They should do one on Cinder and one on Neo.
I like how they just did it on Adam, because when I was rewatching...
but I feel like the reason why they did it just on Adam was because of resources. They wanted to save time. Whereas when they did a Yang, Blake, and Weiss one, they just had sort of...
But they kind of screwed that one up, because by the time the Yang one came out, the season had already started, and people were like, well, I mean, that's fine. I feel like what's nice about those trailers is that, well, Blake's trailer was amazing, and then Weiss and Yang, like, significant amounts of the action that wasn't in, like, volume 5 was in the trailers.
Yeah.
Because really, the only significant...
I understand just doing Neo, but I think Neo and Cinder, if they have time, would be good. Just because we don't really know a lot about Cinder. We don't know her motivations. But then people may be saying, oh, if a villain gets a trailer, they're gonna die. Because of Adam, right? Like maybe a death flag or maybe a death sign. So I don't even know if they'll do trailers anymore, really, because they're not, or it's not necessarily even trailers, they're character shorts. Yeah. Right? And so I don't even know if they'll do that, because I don't know if they want to pour their resources into that.
Well, I mean, it certainly got people hyped. It got me hyped. I love that Adam trailer. That was the best one they'd ever made.
I don't know. I feel like they should, if they do one character short, they should do it on Neo. I agree with you. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all that we got to talk about.
Because if you talk about Neo, you can also talk about Roman. Maybe, like, it could be cool that, like, oh, we don't know who this girl is, and then
she transforms
and she turns into Neo. It would be like, that would be like...
Because at first, you were saying that she may not look how we think that she looks, so that would be cool, is that it's Roman and some other girl. And we sort of wonder.
We think it's maybe about Roman, but it's really
about Neo. Neo was the girl the entire time, and we just didn't see it because she didn't change it.
You know, they're always talking about LGBT representation.
Yeah.
Have Neo be the T.
Oh, you're saying that Neo was like a boy first? Is that what?
Because like maybe that could be more of a surprise. Because if you see a little girl, they're gonna be like, oh, well, that's
of course it's.
But if we see like a little boy, it's like people like, well, who's that one? And it's Neo, and it's like, oh.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe that's why Neo doesn't talk. Didn't you come up with that theory that Neo doesn't talk because she's trans and she has a very deep voice she doesn't want anybody to know? Isn't that what you said? Didn't you say that a couple of years ago?
I feel like I probably said that more as a joke.
I know, but it's funny. That's why I said.
If they fucking do that, man.
That'd be hilarious. I don't know. I think it's funny in a very Hunter way.
Then I know.
If that makes sense. Like it's a very Hunter-esque joke. But yeah. Anyways. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you later.
Dude, I'm okay with, like, I'll let go of the casserole if they make Neo trans.
Anyway, bye guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys want to support the channel, you guys should be patrons just like our wonderful patrons whose names will come on the screen now. $10 patrons get videos sometimes 2 weeks in advance, sometimes 3 weeks in advance, basically much earlier than anyone else. They can also request us to do a video for them, so this could be a reaction, a theory, a discussion, anything like that. Our $5 patrons get a week in advance early access, or somewhere within that time frame, so between 2 days early and 7 days early, basically, but usually it's 7 days early, because I'm good with my scheduling. Anyway, our $1 patrons and all of our patrons above the $1 tier get access to our Discord server, so if you guys want to talk with us, talk with other fans of whatever you're watching right now, you guys can, and I hope that we will see you there. Bye.